All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to be deconstructing a brilliantly simple ad concept that does something you almost never see in marketing anymore. It tells the honest to goodness truth. We're talking about a brand called BurroAire, and what they've done here is just a masterclass in being real. So, first things first, meet our hero. And no, it's not some big shot celebrity or a fancy CGI character. It's a donkey. Yeah, a donkey. And this little guy is the key to unlocking the whole brand. So you gotta ask, right? Why? What on earth makes a steady, quiet creature like this the perfect face for an industrial product? Well, it all comes down to how they use this mascot to build a character, a whole personality for the brand, like right out of the gate. See, they don't start by telling you what the product is, they start by telling you who the brand is. The very first thing it says, not fancy. And that is so deliberate. It's like they're immediately saying we're not about style over substance. They're not trying to dazzle you with flashy stuff. They're just grounding you, setting the expectation right away. Super clear, super honest. Then they just double down on it. The next line, not fast. And this is where it gets really interesting because it just flies in the face of, every marketing cliche out there. Everything today is about being faster, being the best, top performance. And BurroAire just proudly goes, nope, that's not us. And they're not saying it's a bad thing. It's actually a strategic move. They're defining what really matters. Okay, and here's the pivot. This is the moment. After telling you everything they aren't, they hit you with the core promise in just 3 words. Just shows up. Boom. That is the absolute heart of the message. It's not about being the fastest. It's not about being the best. It's about being the one you can count on. And let me tell you, in a lot of industries, that dependability, that's everything. So think about it. By being so clear about who they are, BurroAire is also, very cleverly, defining who they're not. They're picking a fight with their enemy, and that enemy is the whole culture of marketing hype that you see everywhere. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. It's the battleground, right? Over here, you've got what everyone else does. The wow factor, the crazy promises, all the drama. And then over here, you've got the BurroAire way. No hype, no drama, just works. It's simple, it's direct, and it's all about one thing, actually getting the job done. These lines, they're more than just claims. It's their anti-hype manifesto. Every single point is a promise to you, the customer. It's how they're building trust. It's like they're saying, look, we respect you, we're not going to play those silly games, your problems are real, so we're going to give you a real solution, not some big show. All right, so we get the brand's personality, right? We know who they are and we know what they're fighting against. So now, the ad makes this really smooth shift from the big idea to the actual product. What does this thing actually do? And bam, here's the answer. And it's so simple. Look at the words they use. Economy. Every day. Every single word is chosen so carefully to manage your expectations and really hammer home that identity. It's practical, it's affordable, it's for the daily grind, not for some huge dramatic crisis. Let's just break that down. What's its job? It's for routine maintenance. It's for everyday dust collection. And then they hit you with that last line, that's the job. It's said with this, this quiet confidence. It's not trying to be something it's not. And in a world where everyone overpromises, that simplicity, man, that's powerful. And this is where it all comes full circle. We're right back to our hero, the donkey. See, it's not just some random animal they picked. It's the perfect symbol for the product. It is that promise of steady, reliable work. It's not a flashy racehorse, right? It's a workhorse, a beast of burden you can count on, day in, day out. So you take all of these pieces, the personality, the anti-hype mission, the simple job it does, and it all builds to this one final perfect statement. This is really the peak of the whole idea. And here it is, built to work, not to wow. Just 6 words, but man, they just capture the entire strategy, don't they? This is the big payoff. It's the only place you could end up after not fancy and not fast. It's their entire philosophy, boiled down to one perfect, powerful line. And it's so important to get this. This isn't just some catchy tagline they came up with. No. This is a complete brand philosophy. It's the rule book for everything they do, from how they design the product to how they talk to customers. It's an identity that feels real, you remember it, and you know what? In its own quiet way, it's just so effective. So this whole thing leaves us with a pretty big question, doesn't it? In a world that is just saturated with hype, where everyone is screaming for your attention with bigger, faster, newer, could it be that the most disruptive, the most revolutionary thing a brand can do is just be honest? I mean, think about it. We're all overloaded with information. We don't know who to trust. So maybe that quiet voice of just being reliable isn't just getting heard. Maybe it's the only one people are really listening to anymore.